Good morning. It's exciting to be here today to kick off another round of activities focused on both raising awareness of issues of breast cancer, but also focused on how do we provide the funding to research issues of curing breast cancer and preventing breast cancer. City Hall is open to all our citizens for worthy events in the community, and I can think of few that are more important than a coordinated community response to fighting breast cancer. I have a couple of proclamations I'm going to deliver, and then we will be, thank you. Then you'll be hearing from some other folks who are with me today. The first proclamation is, and it is kind of odd to give a proclamation for Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day, because every day ought to be a day for awareness. But whereas metastatic breast cancer or advanced breast cancer is the spread of cancer cells beyond the breast to new areas of the body, often by way of the lymph system or bloodstream. Metastatic breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer death in women under 50 years of age. And whereas Susan G. Komen has invested $133 million in over 350 grants and 35 clinical trials focused on metastatic breast cancer research. Teresa's Research Foundation helps to fund metastatic breast cancer research and hosts an annual conference for metastatic breast cancer to help improve patient outcomes. And whereas Susan G. Komen and Teresa's Research Foundation will recognize the Lester and Sue Smith Breast Center at Baylor College of Medicine. Okay, the print's getting smaller and smaller. And the light's much better this direction. For its commitment against metastatic breast cancer, especially for the hard work of its director and Komen scholar, Dr. Matthew Ellis, who has dedicated his career to treating metastatic breast cancer patients. And whereas the City of Houston commends Susan G. Komen Houston, Teresa's Research Foundation, and the Lester and Sue Smith Breast Center at Baylor College of Medicine for their commitment to help all afflicted by metastatic breast cancer, and extends best wishes for a memorable observance of Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day. Therefore, I, Annise D. Parker, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim October 13th, 2015 as Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day in Houston, Texas. So I'm going to offer this proclamation. And I know we're going to be taking some pictures too. And I'm also going to offer this other proclamation, which is a little early, but this is all coming together quite nicely. I've already learned my lesson. I'm going to put it over here. This is a proclamation for the Susan G. Komen Houston Race for the Cure. The Susan G. Komen Houston Race is commonly identified by its annual Race for the Cure and signature pink ribbon. Beyond the Pink Ribbon is an organization dedicated to educating women about the importance of breast cancer screening, raising funds to help these women receive the vital breast cancer services they need to prevent, treat, and cope with the disease, and encouraging Houstonians to raise money for an important cause. The Susan G. Komen Houston Race for the Cure is the organization's largest annual fundraiser and Houston's largest foot race. Well, it's a good walk, too, let's say. We're racing for the cure, but we can also be doing it by ambling down the street, all together as community. A stroll. Race participation and involvement is crucial in order to help reduce the number of deaths due to breast cancer. Since 1990, Susan G. Komen Houston has raised more than $48 million with 75% of the funds supporting education programs, mammograms, patient navigation, treatment, and support groups provided by local health organizations. On October 31st, everybody knows what October 31st is. It'll be easy to remember. On October 31st, the 25th annual Susan G. Komen Houston Race for the Cure, presented by Marathon Oil Corporation for more than 10 years, will take place in downtown Houston. The City of Houston commends and appreciates all the participants for raising awareness and raising money to educate others about breast cancer and extends best wishes for a successful event. And therefore, I, Annise D. Parker, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim October 31st, 2015 as Susan G. Komen Houston Race for the Cure Day. And I have enjoyed the opportunity to kick off the race for a number of years. I don't think I'm going to be able to be there this time, but I know it'll be a fantastic race, and there will be lots and lots of folks there doing what we do best in Houston, which is coming together to support a good cause, raise money, and enjoy each other's company. So I want to offer this proclamation as well. Now it's my privilege to introduce Dr. Matthew Ellis, Director of the Lester and Sue Smith Breast Center at Baylor College of Medicine, an expert in metastatic breast cancer. Dr. Ellis?
Mayor Parker, thank you so much. Thank you so much to the City of Houston and all the supporters that have put their time and effort and money together to find new treatments for metastatic breast cancer. The numbers are truly staggering. Perhaps 40,000 women or more will die of metastatic breast cancer here in the United States, approaching 500,000 women around the world. These women are frequently young, have families, and leave behind a very sad legacy. And we make every effort to improve their lives, both in our work in the clinic and in our research laboratories. For us, it's a very personal thing looking after these patients. Many of these patients become our friends, and we lose many friends as a result. There's many controversies in the field of breast cancer, but one thing is not controversial: the fact that metastatic breast cancer is an incurable disease in its fully evolved form. And we should make every effort to support these patients, their families, and strive evermore to find a cure for them. The Susan G. Komen Foundation and the Teresa's Research Foundation and many other institutions have dedicated many thousands of dollars, many millions of dollars to this problem, and still the cure eludes us. But recent advances in fundamental understanding of the disease, when translated into research with our patients, with them generously offering their time and their biological specimens, I firmly believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be dramatic advances in metastatic breast cancer. So thank you so much for your time today. I wanted to introduce my friend and great supporter, Adriana Higgins, who is from the Komen Houston, who is going to say a few words herself. So thanks very much for all your efforts too.
Thank you, Dr. Ellis. Thank you, Mayor Parker. Just on behalf of the Board of Directors of Komen Houston, our President, Debbie Scanlon, and all of the supporters and all of the breast cancer survivors, the Stage 4 Forever Fighters, and everyone who is in this fight with us. I just want you to know that Komen Houston is stepping up to the plate. We have always tried to lead the fight against breast cancer, and we know that we need to do more. And that means that we need help doing more. We have a lot of people that show up to the race every year. They have a great time. The partners here with us, Baylor College of Medicine, Teresa Foundation, All of the survivors and supporters that come out every year are passionate about what we do and who we serve. I want you to know that it's meaningful, but we need to do more. I was with a lady this morning who is counting down her days. Her name is Shannon Zurich, and I'm here today because of her. I said that I would spread the word, I would share her story, and her story is that she has a 4th grader and a 7th grader, and she's fighting metastatic breast cancer. That means we need to do more, and we can't do more without the help of the community. We've invested $133 million. That is not enough. We give our funding to great researchers like Dr. Ellis and the number of people that support him and other researchers around the country and the world. That is not enough. People cannot come out to the race and just have a great time. That is not enough. We need to do more. And we are doing more with the help of organizations like Marathon. And with us here today is a great supporter who's been in the fight with Susan G. Komen for 11 plus years. And I'd like to introduce you to Mary Andrews, representing Marathon here today.
Thank you, Adriana. I'm very proud to be here today representing Marathon Oil and the thousands of employees we have around the world to bring attention to the outstanding work that's been done by Komen and institutions like Baylor College of Medicine and MD Anderson. It's a tremendous source of pride, our affiliation with Komen, because as Marathon employees are raising funds, volunteering, or making a personal donation, we know that we're doing something to fight this terrible disease that affects so many women. This is very personal for me. In 2009, I was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer. I stand here today in front of you as a 6-year breast cancer survivor. The ability to provide cancer screenings, treatments, and funding for vital research can only happen with the support of our community. Events like today's Metastatic Breast Cancer Day bring attention and rally our community to the cause that we have to do more. I want to thank Komen's leadership, Adriana Higgins and her staff, and the many volunteers around the world who give their time and money each year. I'd also like to recognize Dr. Ellis and thank him and the many researchers and physicians around the world that continue to work to find a cure. Thank you all for your commitment and dedication, and I hope to see you all on the 31st at the race.
We're going to continue to do everything that we can to raise money and raise awareness, but the most important thing is for each one of us as individuals, men and women, to be aware of how to detect potential breast cancer early, to take advantage of the fact that we have an amazing medical complex here in Houston and access to medical resources and make sure we avail ourselves of them, but also to recognize that for metastatic breast cancer, it's going to take a lot more work and a lot more research, and we need to continue to fund that research. A great way to do that is to support the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure and to be out and build camaraderie, see your fellow Houstonians stepping out with you. We're excited to help kick off the lead up to the race, but also very proud to salute the work that we're doing here in Houston on metastatic breast cancer.